Okay, update time. All I can say is right now, personal life is going good. Just have to do a few things here and there. Regarding the room that I've been talking about, where my new videos will be filmed, will be my new bedroom. That's almost done. Just have to put the new, first need to finish the painting, which that's almost done. Then the carpet and padding. Then I can move things there. So that's going. And I'm sorry for the videos being really late. I don't have the internet at home. Library's still closed as long as the virus is there. So it is what it is. You see all these videos, obviously, because the other ones have been uploaded before this one. And what's been happening with my transition specifically? With my transition specifically, I was having an issue I didn't like. I'm still struggling with that issue. What happened was I was having a hard time falling asleep. I was laying there. I noticed my breasts went down in size. It wasn't fun. And I was like, what's going on? Something's not right. My waist, it's like smaller in my waist. I've been noticing I have more curves, obviously. But the thing is, my breasts were down in size. I checked my weight. I've went from, since my prescriptions were switched over to bicalutamide, and progesterone every day. And I noticed, I checked my weight and then I was like, oh, yeah, that's not good. I went from 124 pounds at the highest to 117. Because it was 122 to 124. So my weight was ranging. Now would drop down to 117 pounds to 118. So I'm like, I wasn't feeling good. So we're thinking it could have been the progesterone, because my experience with progesterone, because some people, what happens is the progesterone regulates and normalizes all the other hormones, and it balances your whole body out. Some people will gain weight and some people will lose weight. But for me, what happened is my waist was 29.5 inches, which my waist went down a whole inch to 28.5, which I measured my breasts, measurement, the upper part here, this morning, and it's been fluctuating between half an inch, between 38 and 38.5, so my waist is still bigger in a sense. So it's more 10-inch difference between my waist and the bust measurement, which that's normal for women, which I've been wanting it to be 11-inch difference, having my breasts be the bigger measurement, meaning having here 39, then here stay where it's at. 28.5, 28.5 here. Then I want 39 here. But it doesn't work like that for everyone. And that's what was the issue. So we're thinking it was the progesterone, because in my experience with the progesterone, when I started micronized progesterone for the 10 days a month, what would happen is I would lose weight up to a certain amount. Then after going off of it, my weight would go back to a point. Didn't fully go 100% back, but that's what was going on that part is what I was figuring. Then when I was taking it every day, I dramatically lost all that weight. And I'm not quite happy about that because I struggled to gain all that weight. And I was happy where my weight range was. I'm still struggling with it. Yeah, I look good and I'm cute and people are jealous of my weight and not being able to gain weight. But for someone like me, who's on the skinny side, who struggles to gain the weight to be healthy, weight range for my height, it's not fun. And people don't realize when people are skinny, trying to gain a healthy amount of weight towards the normal for your height, it's a struggle and what we go through. It's like when people are overweight, people mostly can empathize that way more because of health issues and whatnot and all that goes with being overweight. But when you're not necessarily underweight, but not overweight, but you're skinny, but you're trying to gain a healthy amount of weight for your height, and you're just in that struggling range, trying to gain. It's not fun. A lot of us, it doesn't feel good at all. A lot of the times. Because a lot of times, health-wise, sometimes we won't feel 100%. And I've been struggling there. I haven't gained the weight back. Because what we did is switched the micronized progesterone back to 10 days a month. So I've taken it for the 10 days this month. My breasts are doing all right. My weight has not gone up. But I was looking in the mirror and I noticed I have more curves. My breasts are still a triple D. They're not the full large triple D, larger triple D, like the upper end where I'm wanting them. They're still the small, medium-ish end. More towards the medium-ish, which is kind of frustrating for me. But it is what it is, and obviously you can see, which I love them. I love having breasts. I love them. There's something I never want to live without ever again in my life. And I don't like it when they go down in size. It affects my dysphoria a lot. And I'm still struggling with it. I'm eating the same way I ate before my prescriptions were switched over when I was weighing 124 pounds. So it's not a lack of food. Even when I eat more, I don't gain weight. And it's a struggle. And I don't necessarily want to go back on spironolactone because that can, after being on it for such a long time, it can prevent your breasts from fully growing to the maximum, to your genetics, what the highest potential would have naturally been. So I'm not keen on that. Plus all the issues I was having down there in the genitalia on spironolactone has gone. All those issues I was having are gone being on bicalutamide. I'm not having the pain, the discomfort, the sores I was getting on the surface and under the surface of the skin where the foreskin meets the head of it all. That whole area, the underneath of it all, yeah, all that area, it's gone. The length is still the same, how it's gone down in size. That has not changed. Sorry about the noise up there, it's the kitties. So, yeah. And I'm happy about that down there. I can say spermy wise, like, that is pretty much still the same. Sometimes, depending on hormone fluctuation, it's a little more or a little less, but it's not in the male, fully 100% in the male range. And it's not 100% in the female range, where there's like none. But the actual fluid, the ejaculate fluid, I can say, is a little bit less. It's actually less than what it was when I was on spironolactone, which I'm finding that kind of interesting. And that also fluctuates due to hormone fluctuation, if there's a little bit more, a little bit less. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I do check things for my health. That means I do what I do. And I'm going to mention I do that. To check for things and to check my health, see how things are going. And how, when you read about it and learn about it on the female side, how they say sometimes it's clear, the liquid, or sometimes it could be like a whitish color. Well, there was a day I experienced it was a whitish color. I was like, oh, okay. So sometimes it's clear, sometimes it can be white. Not meaning sperm is in it. So I was like, oh. So everything's female range like that. So that was surprising and good. And even though it's been more sensitive down there, it's all been good. So yeah. And I've been also noticing, being on bicalutamide, my leg hair has decreased some, and there's hairs where I've lost pigment. That's good. And the hair under here, my underarms, is doing really well, or it's taken a longer time to grow back. So that's good. More than a month, I can say, from my experience. So yeah. And other health issues, health-wise changes. Well, when I was taking the progesterone every day, I wasn't having the hormone symptoms from a monthly cycle, like cramps and bloating. But when I stopped taking it on the 10th up to now, there's days where I've been experiencing cramps and bloating. Like this morning, it's when I really felt it started. A little bit having some. Which I was like, this is weird, because these aren't the days I normally have it. So, yeah. Which I'm feeling it right here. This area right here is where I'm feeling it. And it's not fun. Especially when you, like, 3 months not having it. Then all of a sudden it's like, you having it, and it's like that area. It's like, ugh. But it is what it is. And I like having a female hormone cycle where I experience that. It feels normal to me. It feels right. And not having it for like 3 months was a relief. But losing that weight and having some issues where I wasn't feeling 100% with my dysphoria not being good, I just, yeah, had to just do what I have to do. So I'm doing what I need to do to get there. And the doctor just suggested eat more calories. Like when you eat, add more calories and everything to help gain weight. That does not work for me. So, yeah. So other than that, the facial hair through here, like here and here and here that's left, still doing the exact same thing. That hasn't changed. Like the growth rate. Seems like it grows a little bit slower, but not to the point where I don't have to shave every day. It's mostly like, depending on hormone fluctuations, every other day to every day to every other day, depending. I've just been going every other day. Unless I actually go out to the store to get what I need, then I will, or appointment or something, then I'll shave all of that to make sure it's, yeah. Which I still need to get the rest of the work done on it, which I've been thinking of doing. Switching from laser to electrolysis for the rest of this, which I'm not looking forward to that because you have to let the hair grow out. That's kind of like not comfortable out in public, but when you're at home by yourself, it's still kind of uncomfortable, which I really never had much issue with having facial hair. It's just, I don't like facial hair, and as a woman, it's kind of like one of those stigmas put upon us, upon females I should say, where it's not right to have hair, even when some women do on the face and whatnot. So yeah. And regarding my mental health right now, because the virus and not being able to go out and do a lot of things I did before, and right now, well, part of it is because I've had Asperger's, and I've been having a hard time sleeping for a while now, because I would fall asleep, then I would wake up, and a lot of times I can't get back to sleep. So I've been having to I haven't been doing consistently, which I need to start doing this consistently, to my therapist's recommendation, to meditate and ground myself, like meditate and ground yourself. So that's what I need to do. Start doing that more. And she wants me to do that throughout the day. And that's what I haven't been doing. It's only been at nights before I go to bed. So when the nights I do that, I fall asleep easier, especially listening to music and whatnot. So yeah. So that's been a struggle there. Other than that, I haven't had any other issues. And the dysphoria is still getting a little bit better. There's still some issues working out with myself, so yeah. So one last thing, I just wanted to show my outfit that I'm wearing today. Here, let's do this. This is the outfit I am wearing today. As you can see. Yep. It's the outfit. Here, let's do that. So this is pretty much the outfit I am wearing today. The hat and everything. My dress. Then I have these boots on and the striped socks to go with it. So that's pretty much what my outfit is today. So until my next video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And until my next video,